What's up, guys? It's Ruka here, and we're back with another reaction. Today, we're actually going to check out a couple of videos. I am on the Blood Plum Discord server where we talk about Luna and a lot of other K-pop related stuff. And someone on there actually recommended me a couple of groups, a couple of music videos for me to watch. So this is mainly for them. I'm not gonna point out who it is, but if you're watching this, which I hope you are, you know who you are. I hope you enjoy this. So yeah, we're basically just gonna be going in order of like all of these groups, like how old they are, because a lot of them are like, some of them are more recent than others. So I basically have them set up in order here. So the first group, or the first music video we're checking out, is 4Minute with their song Crazy. So this released back in 2015 in February, so almost 10 years ago, which that in of itself is kind of crazy to think about, that it's been almost 10 years since this. Not super familiar with this particular group 4Minute, other than the fact that I know that Hyuna, who is a popular soloist in the K-pop scene, is from 4Minute. I doubt I'll be able to recognize her, but hey, I'm still curious to see what this is like, especially since this is a bit of an older group. So yeah, we're gonna cue this up and we'll check this out in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, well, what do you know? It has her name on it. That makes it a lot easier. Thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is definitely giving the older group vibes. I like that it's all in black and white too. Like, I don't know if it's gonna go into color later, but like the black and white aesthetic is very cool. Oh, there is a bit of color back there. I saw a little bit of color. Oh, it's just highlighting her hair. That's so cool. I love when videos do that, where they kind of isolate one color in all the black and white. Oh, and there it's her socks? Okay. Oh, ooh, that was cool. How did he do that? I mean, that's just an awesome effect. That's Hyuna, right? Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, this definitely gives me a good idea, especially from what I do know of Hyuna, like the vibe of this group. Yeah, the hook for the chorus is like, it's badass. Ooh.
Showing up on the
Okay, Okay. Yeah, I like that. Like I said, from what little I do know of Hyuna and the fact that she is from this group who I can assume I'm not super familiar with like, the division of K-pop generations of like what time period, equates to what gen, but like 4 Minute, they kind of give me the vibe that they're like maybe third gen. I'm guesstimating at the very best, but yeah, I do like that kind of vibe. It's kind of like the sexy but badass vibe. Is kind of the vibe that I got from that. So, yeah, it was very cool to see. And again, I was kind of worried I wasn't going to recognize her, but luckily though it seemed that she did have a lot of spotlight, especially during the chorus. It seemed like she was in the center a lot. And plus the fact that they have their names on their hats, so that definitely helps as someone who barely knows the group or the other members aside from Hyuna. So, yeah, thank you for that. But yeah, all in all, very, very cool. Very much sort of gives me like, especially like an earlier, like Blackpink sort of vibe in terms of like sort of the badass girl crush type of sound that they were going for with the song. So very cool. All right, next up is CLC with their song Hobgoblin. Now, CLC, I actually do know a little bit more about, even though I never really actively followed them. I knew of them because a lot of the time when people were talking about like really underrated K-pop groups, CLC was often grouped up with Luna and Dreamcatcher, and I loved Luna and Dreamcatcher, so like I always heard their names coming up. I've seen some of the members actually, are good friends with the Dreamcatcher girls and have collaborated with them a couple times here and there, so I have seen that. And obviously, Yujin, who is a member of CLC, is now in Kepler as the leader, so she's probably going to be the one I recognize first off when I watch this. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. I can't remember if I've heard Hobgoblin. Like, I've definitely heard the name before about this being like one of their best songs. And I've heard a couple songs from CLC. I've heard Helicopter, which was like one of their last releases, if not their last release, before they unfortunately disbanded. And then Me, I know is very famous. I've heard the hook a lot, the na 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 na, so I've heard that. Hobgoblin, I'm not sure if I have heard this, and I think there might be one other song by them that I've heard, but I'm not sure. That's something I'll have to look on later after this. But yeah, regardless, we're gonna get into a Hobgoblin next. So this came out 2017. Okay, so we'll get this started in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Ooh. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Very badass, very girl crush vibes. Is that Yujin? I think that's Yujin. Ooh, okay. Pre-chorus. Oh no, yeah, that is her! Her vibe is totally different here compared to Kepler. Ooh. Okay. The sound for this chorus is interesting. kitty. Hi, Eugen. She's kind of killing the blonde look. Like, I'm so used to her with the dark hair, so her having a kind of a lighter color. Ooh. They're playing a lot with the editing of this. That lighting too, all the heavy pink lighting in that set. Ooh. With the bats? Oh my goodness. Using with the bubble gum. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. No, yeah. Again, I already knew kind of the vibe of what CLC, what they are like as a group going into this. So, yeah, kind of knew what to expect here, and it was very, very cool. It's interesting to kind of see, like, since we started with 4Minute and then to CLC, kind of the similar vibes they have, but also kind of different since we're kind of going through time. I like that I'm doing this like going in order so we can see like the progression of that. But yeah, that was really cool. And again, it really threw me off to see Eugen here because like now I'm so seeing her to being in Kepler, who have a much like brighter, cutesy sort of vibe, but still have kind of like that like cool side to them of like the sort of like younger current generation, her being included in that. It's still really cool though. Like I like seeing her in both. So yeah, it's this was just really, really interesting. All right, next up is Pristin V with Get It. Now, I feel like I've heard the name Pristin before. Now, Pristin V, I don't know if this is like maybe a subunit. I'm not sure. So yeah, not super familiar with this group, but interested to see what this song is gonna be like. So, Get It. So, we'll get started with this in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Ooh, different aspect ratio. Oh, I was about to say, were they starting with like the smaller aspect ratio, but then they're going back and forth. Okay. Ooh. This vibe is a lot different. It sounds nice. Some of these sets are super cool too. Like, they're really playing with the colors in all of them. Making all the colors like pop immediately. Ooh. Ooh. That set is cool with like the mirrors all around them. Ooh. Yeah, I like this compared to the previous two where it was kind of like in your face with everything. This is a bit more it's a bit more subdued, but it's still really nice. Mm, okay. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Mm. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I like that. Again, kind of compared to what we were listening to just now with Crazy and Hobgoblin, it's a lot more of a kind of subdued vibe, but it was still very much that kind of like that kind of cooler, more mature girl crush type of vibe, which was really really nice. But I like what they did with it, especially with like all the different sets they were using and all of the colors and stuff. A lot of the colors on some of the sets seemed like super vibrant. It was really really cool. And actually, there was one member who was catching with my eye. She kind of had the silver grayish blue hair. I don't know who she is. I'm not familiar with the Pristin members, but she was catching my eye. She kind of it's like she was kind of reminding me of another idol. Like just kind of similar vibes of like who Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is? I think it might be she kind of reminds me of Binny. I think she goes by Yubin now, but Binny from Oh My Girl, Yubin, she kind of gives me similar vibes to her, I think, in terms of like the facial structure. So, yeah, yeah. If anyone can tell me who she is, feel free. You know, I'd be interested to learn like who she is, why she catches my eye. But yeah, last up, we have um, I don't actually know how to say this group name. 3I, 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 3YE. I'm not sure if you're supposed to say that as just well, it if I can read the Korean, I mean I know the I part at the second part. Anyways, 3I. So Queen. Now, I definitely feel like I have heard of this group's name before, like 3i. I've heard it thrown out a couple times here and there, but don't know anything about this group at all. So again, I'm just going in completely blind to this. So, but this came out in February 2020, so 3 years ago. Wow. So, yeah, we're gonna end this off here and see what this song is like. So, yeah, 3i or I or however you say it. Curious. So, we'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay. Is this a funeral? Not the vibe I was expecting. Okay, yeah. Okay. Definitely a bit more modern vibe in terms of the sound. Okay. Okay, their outfits look really cool though. Okay. Interesting chorus. What is going on here? Okay. The vibe I am getting from these three in this music video specifically is mafia bosses. They seem like a bunch of girl mob bosses. Yeah, this breakdown for the chorus kind of throws me off a bit. Or are they... Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. Well, that was interesting. Again, super cool to see like kind of the progression of the like the style and the sound that a lot of girl crush groups tend to go for, like going through each group in terms of like time period order essentially, which is really neat to see. So yeah, 3i, I guess it's 3i. Yeah, that was interesting. The instrumental was kind of throwing me off in a couple places. It took me a while to like get used to it. It's interesting. It's different. I was I was also a little bit intrigued by the story because the vibes that this was giving me was like them being like mob bosses. It it was hard for me to figure out whether or not they were like against each other or working together. I would assume the former. But yeah, regardless, this was still pretty interesting to see, and all in all, I actually enjoyed checking out these groups. I'd say if I have to pick a favorite, I really liked Get It by Pristin V. I really liked that. That kind of more like the more subdued vibe of the more like mature girl crush concept rather than like some of the more in your face stuff like some of the other, especially some of the older groups like 4Minute. 4Minute was very much like in your face, crazy, was like very loud, very proud. So yeah, I'd say definitely Pristin was my favorite. CLC Hobgoblin, I really liked that too, just to get more of an idea of what that was like again. Even though I don't remember if I've heard it before, it was still nice to at least, watch this again and get more of an idea of what CLC was like, especially Eugen being in it. Again, it's just so entertaining to see like kind of what kind of vibe she used to go for in CLC and then now comparing it to her in Kepler is so fun for me. So yeah, all in all, this was a really cool, I guess, kind of retrospective on the girl crush scene in K-pop from like a couple years back, almost 10 years ago to now. That's an interesting retrospective to see all this. So yeah, all in all, very much enjoyed this. Again, thank you to the person on the Blood Plum server for recommending. I checked these out. I very much enjoyed this. But that'll do it for today's reaction. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more content. And we'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, bye bye.